I know a lot of you guys do have multiple questions on the budgeting, the arrangement, and all of that. I just set up this place. This is my house, this is my home. And I think today will be a great day for you guys to understand how much it actually costs for you to own a home studio. Without wasting my time, let's get straight into it. The first thing that I'm going to tap on will have to be the backdrops. And I do have 3 backdrops here. The first one is this color here, which is more like a yellow color. I think there should be a better name for it. And there is this one. I think when I bought it, the salesperson said it's called the crimson. It's more like red. I bought it because Valentine is coming, so a lot of people will be much interested in this type of color. And there is a gray color as well over there. I don't want to roll this, but I'm sure you guys can see it here. So there is a gray one. And each of these backdrops cost about 200 Canadian dollars, including taxes. So you're looking around roughly $600 to get these backdrops here. And I mean, there are multiple colors and you can also get them for different prices depending on where you are and the location, right? So moving on, I got this flashlight here, and this is purposely for the photography. Yeah, because I want to convert this place more into a video and photography space. And having this type of space, you definitely need a flashlight, something to reflect lights to the subject. And I have the newer C300, which is 300 watts. I believe this is a very old flashlight. I'm not sure how old, but I think it should be one of the old ones. It does the job. I bought 2 of them, and I think both of them cost me about $250 or $300. I can't really recall, but it's around that price, which I believe the new one is definitely going to be more than that price. I got this on Facebook Market. In case you guys need any used equipment, I mean, they work, right? So if you want to save some money, Facebook Market, Kijiji, online stores that sells used gadgets will be your best place to get some good deals. I have 4 of this, and this is the bars too. Mostly it's used in the beer bar, taverns. I have 4 of this. I also got this off Facebook Market. All of them cost me about $100, which was quite cheap. I mean, Facebook, once again, you get some good deals. So I think majority of the items I have here was bought off Facebook. So in case you need some used, like I said, Facebook. And I also have this particular one here. Initially, I wanted to use this one for my podcast, but I noticed the setup wasn't really matching. It wasn't really good, so I had to change it. So this is now a spare, which I think whoever will be behind the camera whilst we're shooting will be the person to sit on this particular chair. So yeah, I think I picked this for $40. Yeah, 40 Canadian. Here we have some vintage boxes here. This also I picked them on Facebook. I'm really not sure what they call this, but hey, I'm pretty sure it's a very old one. Okay, it's got some name here, storage box, brown, small, from London Drugs. You got the red, and then you have the black one as well. I only bought this for decoration, nothing too special. It's not to keep items, it's just for decoration. I have this vintage carrying bag. Honestly, I don't know why I bought this, but I think it might come handy whenever I'm doing a photo shoot. This is definitely an old bag. I'm not sure how old or what year this came out, but it is one of those old stuff. I think I picked this for $20 on Facebook as well. Cheap, yeah, very cheap. So a lot of people do have questions. Hey, I don't have much money to start a studio, blah, blah, blah. I know it's expensive. It can be expensive, but if you know where to get them, I think you should be fine. This C-stand is actually one of my old stands. I've had it for a few months now. And that's the nice part about this equipment. Starting up, you don't always have to buy new parts. Some of the items you already have, you can just make use of those particular items. So I already had this particular C-stand. It's quite heavy, very strong. And I also had this already. I only had to buy the light, which is the Godox SL60, 60 watts. It's not the brightest, but I think it does the job. I have about 2 or 3, if not 4. And the price of the Godox, tough to recall, but I think it should be around 300 for 2 or 3. I can't really recall, but it was around the 200 bracket. So like I said, it's a 60 watt, it does the job. Down here, I have my LED lights here. And this particular LED, I think this is not the first time I'm buying it. I once bought one from AliExpress some time ago and I sold it, and I bought this one again. The only downside is it does not work without a remote. You need a remote, because if you don't have the remote, you won't be able to power this thing on. You can power it, but you won't be able to change the colors. That's what you get for buying cheap parts. So it does have multiple colors, RGB, and it's quite bright for what I need it for. I think I picked this up for 150 or 120 from AliExpress. It says 500 watts, but I honestly don't think this is 500 watts, honestly. But hey, once again, it does the job. This is where the magic is going to happen. And when I say magic, video aspect. So I'll be shooting a lot of YouTube videos here, reels, shorts, anything that got to do with videos. This is where it will be taking place. The other side is just for photo. I mean, it's a small space, but look at how massive we managed to set up all this. It's not the best, but I think for a start, I don't have much complaints. So looking right here, I have this tripod, and this is the heavy duty Louise. Man, this is a funny name, man. I think it's, I don't know this company, but honestly, this is quite good. I mean, this type of tripod sells for a huge amount. But I bought this on a Black Friday, and I think I got it for about 150 Canadian dollars, which isn't bad. I think it does the job. It's very steady as compared to the previous ones that I've owned. I've had a similar one, but this is still the best. So check Amazon if ever you're looking for a heavy duty tripod. This will definitely do the job. And when you come here, the first thing to mention will have to be this old vintage couch. And there's a story behind this. I picked this up on Facebook as well from a guy who also does podcasts. He's a barber and an artist. I don't know him. I was just scrolling through Facebook and I saw a post says free couch. Yeah, there's a lot of free items on Facebook as well. So I reached out to the seller. It was roughly around 8 to 9 in the evening. I went to him and he decided to give it to me for free. The only problem with these free items is mostly they are big. So how to load them is the problem, which means you need to have a bigger vehicle, either a truck or a big SUV. So I had a BMW X6. It wasn't able to fit 2 of them, so I had to do multiple trips. But I mean, it was free, so I'm quite happy. And thanks to him, his name is the Roach Man or something. He does a lot on his Instagram. I'm going to list his handle somewhere here or in the description. Show him some love. And yeah, thanks to him for providing us with a couch. So we do have this footrest here. And I also picked this up on Facebook. I think this was actually cheaper. I got it for about 20 bucks or so. Yeah, it's not really heavy. It's very light. You can't sit on it. If you sit on it, it's gonna go down. So I only use this for the audio interface. And it does the job, so I think I'm good. So 20 bucks for that. And down here, there's more. There's a lot of things. So I just hope you guys are taking notes and writing everything down. Let's head to the microphone setup. So I had this a couple of months ago, even before I started this whole podcast thing. I bought this for future use because I had the intentions of starting this thing way before. So I bought this microphone, 2 of them. And honestly, I can't recall the price because it's been almost 6 months or 7 since I bought them. I picked them on AliExpress, and I think it should be around 80 or 100 for one. I can't really recall, but I don't think it's more than 100 Canadian for one. So I bought 2 of them, and one is much advanced than the other because one has the USB Type-C for monitoring the audio and one doesn't. They're still the same thing. It's just a matter of few minor differences. So yeah, mind you, this microphone did not come with the stands. So I had to get this stands for this microphone. And that was one of the difficult things to do because now I couldn't get this. You can get a microphone on any platform. I bought this on Amazon, but then it only came as a stage mic. And with the stage mic, you don't get this boom mic. And I wanted something that had this bass not the one with the leg. I wanted something with this base and also with the arm. There was nothing like that. So I bought this separate base, which is the stage mic, and then later bought this arm from a different platform. This microphone stand cost me, I can't really recall, but I think it was about 100 for each. I'll try to put the correct prices somewhere here in case you're wondering. And this boom arm came from AliExpress as well. They were very cheap. I mean, AliExpress, they're always cheaper. So this on AliExpress cost me 15 bucks for the arm. So each arm, I bought 3 of them. So there's one for emergency purposes. So they were quite affordable. The arms were affordable, but the mic stand were not. And the microphone was not. So talking about the camera setup, there are 3 cameras here. Initially, I had a single camera, and that's what I mostly use for everything: YouTube, music videos, which is the one you're watching me from. It's the Lumix S5 Mark II X. Yeah, a long name, I know. But it does very well. It shoots 4K, shoots 6K and more. ProRes, RAW, a lot. I mean, you guys do know these cameras. I had only one, but I mean, with this type of videos, it wasn't enough because I needed something that can handle photography and also handle podcasts. So I needed more gear. I'm not saying you can't do this whole thing with a single camera, but if you have the money and you don't want any stress, I think it's just best you add some more cameras to it just to avoid the headache. So starting with this one is the 90D, and I think you guys do know this camera. Shoots 4K and it has about 30 something point whatever megapixel. Very good for photography and videography, very sharp. The only downside is it has a recording limit, so in case you want to shoot something long, it's going to be a problem because it's going to cut every 30 minutes. That's a problem. But if you can do away with that, it's a great camera for both photography and videography. I picked this up for 1900, yeah, 1900 Canadian. This particular lens is the 10 to 22 Canon EFS. This is EFS, not EF, so it only works for a crop sensor camera. It does not work for full frame cameras. This particular lens cost me 350 used, which I think it's a good deal because it's a wide angle lens. It does the job. I just noticed a few issues with it just now, but I'll check it out. So we also have the 50mm here. This is the 1.4, and I've had this since the company I was working for. This is the lens I've been using. So I don't think I can record the price because I've had it for a long time. This is one of the lenses that I've had in the past. Okay, let me jump that side and go straight to what's going on there. Yeah, this is a very tight corner. I don't even know if you guys can still see me, but hey, it is what it is. Actually, I didn't require have a lot of stuff, man. This is quite a lot. And I think I almost forgot something. This particular roadcaster here is also new. I bought this off Facebook Market secondhand because the new ones were very expensive. I think it was selling around $600 or so. I picked this one up for $400. Not much of a difference, but I think it's better. It's very good for podcasting, broadcasting, sound mixing, you name it. Initially, I also had one which was the PodTrack P4. I sold that today because it was just 2 of them. So I decided to sell that one and get a bigger one. And yeah, that's what I got now. Do you want to my face? Yeah. Okay, it's fine. The videographer says I'm too dark, so we have to make some adjustment to the, I hope you guys can still see me. What, are you still shooting on 180 or it has changed from 180?
No,
still 180. You can maybe bump up the f-stop to,
yeah.
Sorry, apologies for that. So yeah, like I was saying, the roadcaster cost me 400. I had to sell the previous one that I was using, which is, I actually brought that thing from Ghana. Wow. And I sold it today. Impressive. So looking down here, there's still a lot, and I think I might end up forgetting some of the things, but hey, it is what it is. This is the Comica C3 or so, and this is also from Ghana. I brought this all the way from Ghana. It's the one I'm currently using. A lot of people might know this, but I picked it up from one guy in Accra. He sells a lot of camera stuff. I forgot his name, but yeah, I picked it in Ghana. I can't really recall the price. This is the SanDisk SSD, Very good, especially if I'm shooting a long form video. I just insert it in the camera and everything goes there. It's a 1 terabyte, so I can even record for weeks. Depends on what I'm shooting. This is what I use for my photography, because without this, there's no way I'll be able to get my flashlight in the studio. So this is what I use when I want to take photos. I think I have about this, and there's also another one connected there. If you're a photographer, this is always best, because why not? In case you see anything around and you're wondering how much it actually cost, drop it in the comment section and I'll be more than willing. Which monitor? This? Yeah. Oh, this is a car diagnosing, it's not a monitor. Talking about the camera, so down here we have the Lumix S5. And this S5 is the first generation, not the Mark II, not the X. The X is the one I'm using to film right now. So this is the original one. And this is going to be the B camera for the podcast. I picked this up for how much? I think it came with an adapter for 1800. So it's the body and adapter for 1800. Yeah, I can't really recall. I forgot the price. So the one I'm filming with cost me 3,000. I bought it on eBay some months ago, brand new from the box. That's why it's expensive. And it's the black version. I mean, the Mark II X is the black version. So everywhere is black, which is nice, a very great camera. And yeah, down here there are multiple stuff, some for videos, some not for videos, like this. The videographer thought it was a monitor, but no. So this is what I use to diagnose my cars. If I buy a car and it has a check engine light, I use this to check the problems. I don't think this is related to the video, but in case you're wondering, this will probably cost you about 500, 600 Canadian. I can't recall, but there are a lot of them on Amazon. This is the X2 D7X. No, D7S, not X. And then down here, I have my favorite 35mm for Lumix. This is the L mount. This came with a camera that I bought some time ago, the S1H. It was an addition to that particular camera, so I don't know how much it's cost. But I think you can probably get a used one on eBay for maybe 900 or 1,000 if you are lucky. So yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I think these are just standard lenses, the 50mm STM. A lot of you guys do know this particular. They are very common. Canon's, plastic, nifty, fantastic, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on here. I know I might end up forgetting some of the list, but hey, you guys can see what's going on here. In case you see something and you're wondering how much it cost, reach out to me. I'll be more than willing to give you the breakdown or the cost on that particular item. But so far, if you want to open a home studio and you're wondering how much it's going to cost you or how much money you need to save to get this done, I guess now you have an idea.